Will this video be absolute trash? Outlook good! Well, we have that to look forward to, I guess. Today, I'm gonna be seeing if this magic 8-ball fortune teller can predict some of my feelings on some books I'm going to read. Why is it that 8-balls are always just like so hard to read? Like the water is so murky. They don't make the little pyramid thing inside easy to read at all these years, and they've yet to make it easy to read in there. Maybe that's part of the charm though. Let's first test it out and see if it can answer a few basic questions. Is my name Jesse? Outlook good. I think that means yes. It might not, but I'll take it as a yes. Do I like to read? Signs point to yes. Okay, so far so good. Do I have too many books? My reply is no. That is right. I do not have too many. Can always use some more. Do I need to go book shopping soon? Reply hazy. Try again. Do I need to go book shopping soon? Without a doubt. Okay, you are a great 8-ball. I think this is gonna be a great video. Is the book I write going to be an international bestseller? I love that I'm like rubbing it as if it's a magical lamp and there's a genie inside. Don't count on it. You know what? We're through. I don't trust you anymore. We're through. Done. We're never getting back together. Ever. I'm angry. That's enough of that. I went to the library and picked up 3 books. We've got Riot Baby, Unraveling, and The Children's Home. I literally know nothing about any of these books. Let's see which one the 8-ball thinks I should read first. Should I read The Children's Home first? Ooh, it said my reply is no. Very direct. Should I read Unraveling first? It is certain. Apparently I'm reading Unraveling first. What's Unraveling about? This book blends the genres of fantasy and mystery as we follow our main character, Dr. Miranda Ikovo, who just helped put a serial killer behind bars. A near-death experience throws her completely out of time and into a realm of labyrinth and spirits. Here her work continues as she teams up with this guy named Chance and his brother, the Trickster, and together they work to take down this murderer who is basically trying to become immortal. I'm gonna ask the 8-ball a series of questions regarding this book, and we'll see by the end of reading this book if my feelings align with the 8-ball's predictions. As a whole, will I like the book Unraveling? Don't count on it, it says. Oh, spaghetti-o. That's concerning. I hope that prediction is not correct. Will I like the writing style in Unraveling? Don't count on it again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Will I like the characters in Unraveling? It is decidedly so. Okay, one positive there. There's a potential for me to like the characters, so the 8-ball thinks. Will I like the plot of Unraveling? Yes, definitely it says. Will I like the pacing of Unraveling? Ask again later. Okay, it's been 5 seconds. Will I like the pacing of Unraveling? Outlook not so good. Uh-oh. Will I like the world building of Unraveling? Cannot predict now. Will I like the world building of Unraveling? It's hard to see, but it says most likely. Last question. Will I give Unraveling a 5 out of 5 stars? It says, as I see it, yes, but I'm very surprised by that because all the predictions so far have been like, nope, 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 you're gonna hate it. Time for reading. I finished Unraveling. Now let's unravel my thoughts. Yeah, I'll see myself out because of that one. No, but let's see if the 8-ball predictions were right on my thoughts for this book. The first question I asked the 8-ball is, as a whole, will I like this book? Its prediction was don't count on it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. We're simply in that gray area where I'm not gonna sing its praises, but I'm also not rooting for its downfall. I guess that prediction was accurate, so I'll mark it as right. Did I like the writing style? The prediction was don't count on it. I actually enjoyed the writing style. Mind you, it wasn't spectacular. Not a showstopper. No jaws were found on the ground because of its gloriousness. It showed up to its job, got that bag, and headed out of town. And you know, I respect that. There were some pretty prose sprinkled throughout it, descriptions that did what they needed to do, and overall it was not too shabby. I'm gonna say this prediction was not accurate. Next, did I like the characters? The prediction was, it is decidedly so. I did really enjoy the characters. Ding ding, we have a winner! I think I enjoyed the main characters' companions the most. It felt like rent was due and they were working their butts off to make sure they got paid. I will say though that one of the side characters' names was the Trickster, and I could not help but picture this character from this game I play called Dead by Daylight because there's a character in there called the Trickster, and I literally pictured him the whole time I read it. My bad. But the Trickster in Dead by Daylight is iconic, so I wasn't mad at it. And no, their character descriptions do not line up. It's just because the Trickster's name is so iconic in Dead by Daylight that I was like, the Trickster, the Trickster, the Trickster. While I did like the characters quite a bit, I can't say that I see them as being super memorable down the line. Like, they did their part in their story, I took in what they gave me, but we're parting ways at the end of this reading experience, which was a mutual decision that we made. Another accurate prediction. Next, did I like the plot? The prediction? Yes, definitely it says. My answer is yes, I did enjoy the plot. I feel like though I more so liked the idea of the plot over the execution, but I'm still gonna call this a win. I still really enjoyed the plot, even though it was also very confusing. This is a book where you're just kind of plopped right into the action, and you're left to be the one to kind of work out what exactly is happening. It's like when you miss out on the start of a conversation and you're coming into the middle of it, and as the person is talking, you're having to like piece together the missing pieces of the conversation. You've really got to work to sort out those pieces. And for this book, I felt like I never found found all the pieces. And I think also a big thing that could have been adjusted within this book was just like the timing of different things that happened in the story. I'm gonna say the 8 Ball's predictions were accurate for that one, even though I'm kind of in the middle here. Next, did I like the pacing? The prediction was outlook not so good. Yeah. No. Like, it's not that the story was paced super slow per se, but it took a while to get to different plot points that needed to carry the story forward. Carry it forward. All the story beats felt off to me. It was like watching a dancer dance to a beat off beat. It hurt my soul a bit. It just felt like it took too long for conflict to come into play and for the overall, like, villain to really show up and jack things up. And I think that's where this book was overthrown. Another win for the 8 Ball. Next question, did I like the world building? The prediction was most likely. And my answer is yes, I really loved the world building. In fact, it was one of the winning aspects of this book. Again, there were times where there was a bit of confusion that came along with different things, but it's just a fun and dark and twisty world, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the setting of this book. We've got portals and labyrinths and myths and legends, and it delivered for me. It was wrapped beautifully with a bow, and I let my eyeballs do the unwrapping. Or rather, I let my eyeballs do the unraveling. Another accurate 8 Ball prediction. The last question is, will I give this book a 5 out of 5 stars? The 8 Ball predicted, as I see it, yes. And for me, it's a no love. I think I'd give this book a solid 3 out of 5 stars. Again, we're meeting in the middle here because that's where I feel the most comfortable right now. I didn't open the door of love, nor the door of hate. I opened the door that is somewhere in the middle. Should we call that door the door of like? Perhaps. Those were all my thoughts on Unraveling. Let me know in the comments if you guys have read this book and what your thoughts are on it. The 8 Ball got 5 out of the 7 predictions right, so looking pretty good here. Now we're gonna have it see which book I should read next. Should I read Riot Baby next? Most likely. We're gonna just ask it if I should read The Children's Home and see if I get more of a direct answer. It is certain. Okay, so I should read The Children's Home then? Okay, we're reading The Children's Home next, I guess. Let's ask the 8 Ball to predict my feelings on this book. As a whole, will I like The Children's Home? Signs point to yes. I'll take it. Will I like the writing style? Outlook not so good. That's a bummer. Will I like the characters in The Children's Home? My reply is no. Okay, I'm not loving all these negative answers. Will I like the plot of The Children's Home? It is decidedly so. That's a positive one. Will I like the pacing in The Children's Home? Outlook not so good. Not this 8 Ball making me nervous for this book. Will I like the world building in The Children's Home? Concentrate and ask again. I was concentrating, but I guess I'll concentrate harder. Will I like the world building in The Children's Home? Oh, gave me a very direct answer. Yes. Finally, will I give The Children's Home a 5 out of 5 stars? Reply hazy, try again. Will I give The Children's Home a 5 out of 5 stars? Concentrating very hard. Let me know the answer, please. Outlook good. Your other answers to these questions say otherwise. Time for reading. We're back. I've finished The Children's Home, and I have thoughts. I wonder what your predictions are. Do you think that I liked The Children's Home, or do you think that I hated it with all of my being? You'll find out in a second. The first question, overall, did I like this book? The prediction was, signs point to yes. My answer, no. 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 The firm and simple answer is no. No, no, no. I should have returned this book to the library early. I'll just say it. I was bored reading it. It felt like a book that had an idea, but not a full picture as to where that idea would go. The ending was a literal dead end. I felt empty. I was eating the story, but I never got full. Unfortunate. The 8 Ball's prediction was a miss. Next question, did I like the writing style? The prediction was outlook not so good. I genuinely did like the style of writing though. It had both an enchanting aura about it and also like this weird, eerie layer over it. And if there's one thing about this book that I liked, it was that. Another miss for the 8 Ball. Shoot. Next question, did I like the characters? The 8 Ball's prediction was, my reply is no. This question's kind of difficult to answer because it's not really a story that's like character-based, character-focused. It's more so like plot-focused, I would say. Like the characters aren't really meant to end up on your ride or die list. Unless I'm mistaken, but they definitely didn't end up on my ride or die list. Not to say that I hated them though, I was just kind of in that like indifferent territory. I will say that the main character Morgan was a very compelling character to follow, and I saw the potential for this like grand character arc, but it just like missed the target. It's like when you throw a dart with the blindfold on. Not that I've ever done that, but more times than not, you're missing the target if you're blindfolded. I did like the themes that Morgan's character brought into play though, with the thoughts on how we view ourselves and how other people view us. I guess kind of this idea of being perceived. Those topics were decently explored, but we just didn't have enough time to like fully cover them. I think I'm gonna say that the 8 Ball is accurate on that one. Next question, did I like the plot? The 8 Ball's prediction was, it is decidedly so. This was probably the most frustrating part for me. There was a point in the story where I was like, okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere. Something good's coming. I'm ready for that treat. I'm ready for it. But then it completely flops. I was like, for sure, this little thing right here that's developing, it's gonna like lead us to a banger of a finale. It's like when you
you go to start your car in the morning and you put your key in and you turn it and it doesn't start. You turn the key again, it doesn't start. You turn it again, it doesn't start. It sounds like it's going to, but it never does. Your car is dead. That's kind of what this book was like. Death. There are several little bits of the story that cause intrigue and implore you to keep reading. You think you're gonna get a treat, but you're left with a trick. This ain't Halloween, bestie. Can you tell that I'm still upset about it? Because I'm still upset about it. Another miss for the 8 ball. Next question, did I like the pacing? The 8 ball's prediction was. Outlook, not so good. Honestly, the pacing wasn't that bad, and I want to say it's because of how short this book is. It was a breeze to get through, not a challenge at all. So I have no negative Nancy thoughts to bring to the table here. Would this even be called a novel though? That's the question. I think it's more of a novella. Next question, will I like the world building? The 8 ball's prediction, yes. This is another one that's kind of hard to answer because it's not like it's this grand fantasy world. It definitely has like fantastical elements to it. It's like our world, but like a reflection of our world. We've got some like fairy tale vibes going on, you know? It was like structurally unique, and it does kind of take some time to build up an understanding for like the home and like what exactly is going on there. But that period where you're kind of like wrapping your head around it is not bad. It's fine. It is what it is. Fine. It's kind of hard explaining it now that I'm like trying to put it into words right now. But I'm gonna say that the 8 ball was accurate on that one. The final question, will I give this book a 5 out of 5 stars? The 8 ball's prediction is outlook good. What do you guys think? Do you think it's gonna get a 5 out of 5 stars? From me? From me? From me? Yeah, no, absolutely not. I don't mean to be harsh, but this was not fun for me. I'd give it a 2 out of 5 stars. That's it. We're done. We're through. Back to the library you go as soon as possible. The 8 ball only predicted 2 of my answers correct that time. You let me down, bestie. That leaves us with Riot Baby, which I'm really hoping that this book is a banger because honestly, the first 2 books in this video so far have not been the greatest. I didn't mind Unraveling, but The Children's Home, we're done talking about. So that makes me really want this book to just be like the best book ever. Maybe not the best book ever because that's like really high expectations, but just be good, please. Let me enjoy myself here. In Riot Baby, we follow Ella and Kev, who both have extraordinary abilities. They both face a life full of racism and brutality, but their futures could alter the world. When an incident causes Kev to be wrongfully accused, together Kev and Ella will work to start a revolution that could lead them to burning down the system. Let's ask the 8 ball the questions. As a whole, will I like Riot Baby? As I see it, yes. So far positive. Will I like the writing style in Riot Baby? Don't count on it. Oh no. I don't like the sound of that. Will I like the characters in Riot Baby? Signs point to yes. I like the positive ones the best because that's what I want. I want a positive outcome this time. I don't want to be a negative narwhal. I want to be a positive pussycat. Moving on. Will I like the plot in Riot Baby? Reply hazy, try again. Concentrate and ask again, you're joking. Will I like the plot in Riot Baby? Outlook good. Okay. Will I like the pacing in Riot Baby? It is decidedly so. Okay. I'm here for all the positivity. These all better be right too. Will I like the world building? Ask again later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been later. Will I like the world building in Riot Baby? Don't count on it. Hey, you're supposed to be positive. Finally, will I give Riot Baby a 5 out of 5 stars? You may rely on it. Okay, it better be a 5 out of 5 stars. Time for reading. We've reached the end, my friends. I finished reading Riot Baby. Let's go over my thoughts. First question, as a whole, did I like this book? The prediction was, as I see it, yes. As a whole, I enjoyed this book, which makes me very happy because the first 2 books were kind of flops. This one was kind of a bop. It was so thought-provoking and it explored themes that I haven't seen be explored in the way that it explored them. Explored. Dora, 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 the Explorer. I thought it was a unique exploration specifically on systematic racism. It brings in this element of fantasy into a real world setting and it just worked so well. I like seeing a topic that's very layered be explored in this way. Next question, did I like the writing style? The prediction was, and don't count on it. But listen up, Mr. 8 Ball, you were wrong. I really enjoyed the writing style. It kind of switches up the tone quite a bit throughout the book, and I was into that. The variety, the flavors, the switcheroos. It had a few stream of conscious moments, which gave it this kind of like free-flowing feel to it. But then there were the moments where it felt more structured, and I appreciated those moments as well. Next question, did I like the characters? The prediction was, signs point to yes. I did really enjoy the characters, and I liked following their journey and evolution, but I will say that I never developed like super strong attachments to them per se, and I feel like that was one thing where I was like, if I had these strong attachments to the characters, I would have felt the impact of the story even more. So yes, I did like them, but I was more so focused on the things that were happening in the story and the topics that were
were being explored. But I'm gonna give it to the 8-Ball because I enjoyed them enough. Next question, did I like the plot? The 8-Ball prediction was outlook good. Yes, in fact, that's where I feel like this book excelled, was in the plot. Next question, did I like the pacing? The prediction was, it is decidedly so. Yes, the pacing was excellent. It was very solid from beginning to end. It has a nice flow, and there's lots of shifts and changes that keep the momentum moving at a steady pace. Did I like the world building? The 8-Ball prediction was, no, don't count on it. This is kind of hard because there's not really world building, like it's set in our world, but the characters have powers. And I guess I don't like the world building when I really think about it on like a critical level, because we don't really have a full understanding of like the powers and everything, but like it was one of those things that I didn't care to just kind of overlook and be like, okay, the characters have powers, that's all I need to know. And to be honest, had this book been like a full-fledged novel, I would have expected that. I would have expected the powers to be explored, but because it's a novella, because it's a rather short book, I didn't care at all. It didn't really bother me that much. I am going to give it to the 8-Ball though and say that it's correct, because I didn't necessarily like the world building, but I understood the choices that were made. So it's okay, but the 8-Ball is accurate. The final question, did I give this book a 5 out of 5 stars? The prediction was, you may rely on it. No, I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 stars, but it was close. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, which in my opinion is very solid. I enjoyed it for what it was, and it is a book that I would recommend checking out. If you're wanting a short and deep story, this is where it's at. For me though, it just did not reach favorite level, it didn't blow my mind, or fill me with love and consume me with a fiery passion. I just enjoyed it. Out of the 3 books I read in this video, I would recommend Riot Baby the most. The other 2, well, you know how I feel. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this 8-Ball book prediction video. I really enjoyed filming it, and I want to try other videos like this in the future, so hopefully you have that to look forward to if you enjoyed this. You guys should let me know down below in the comments if you have read any of these books and what your thoughts are on them. If not, let me know down below in the comments if you predict that I'm going to rate my next read a 5 out of 5 stars. Actually, let's see what the 8-Ball thinks. Will my next read be a 5 out of 5 stars? Ooh, it says without a doubt. What do you guys think? Will my next read be a 5 out of 5 stars? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye. No, 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 no. That was the No song dropping on Spotify ASAP. ASAP. It was like structurally. I need to get these back to the library ASAP because the due date is coming up in a day. Just had chocolate, so I hope there's no chocolate in my teeth. That was very attractive. This chair is farting. Farty chair, farty chair, farty, farty, farty chair.